Ooh, that's so bright. I look like that's blinding. Hello my friends and welcome back. My name is Hannah and today I'm gonna try and film some kind of Christmas content. Have I forgotten how to do the settings on my camera? Yeah, because I look washed out as heck. Stop looking in the viewfinder. Hey guys, how's it going? Last time I spoke to you, it was a couple of days before Halloween. November just came and went, and now it's December. Christmas is around the corner. We're not quite at the 12 days of Christmas yet, but we're getting there. That's going to be Sunday. I have been struggling with bouts of depression and anxiety, and I think that's not anything new or different, but maybe that is for you guys. I'm actually going to make Christmas content after this, but I just wanted to film some kind of check-in vlog because some of you have been asking girl, you made that video and then you disappeared, attention seeking. None of you said that. I've said that. I don't want to come online and then cry and then disappear and then that's all my channel is just crash outs. It has been interesting to see the change, okay, I posted my video and then Angelica Nevis, who, if you're new to my channel, she's been a very big motivator for me to create my channel. She's transitioning from being a full-time YouTuber to, I'm sure, just being a full-time brand owner. And she's in her declutter series right now, and I've just seen a number of different videos kind of talking about the end of the influencer era. There's all that drama with Jaclyn, but I mean, really, when is there not drama with Jaclyn Hill? The Angelica Nevis video, I feel a lot of different ways about it because if I'm being honest, I personally kind of stopped watching her content for a bit. Not completely, but I wasn't watching every single video because she did kind of fall into that influencer role. But I mean, when that's your job, of course you would fulfill the role. And even now when she's doing her declutter series, she's like, well, I'm moving back to Europe and I don't need to hold on to all of these makeup pieces for completions and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, when she became a full-time YouTuber, she could have just kept doing the same things that she was doing previously. No one asked her to keep all of those palettes for comparison. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not a full-time content creator, so I can't really speak to that. And I should be the last one to talk about anybody's upload schedule and my lack thereof. I'm trying to say this delicately without sounding so pretentious and rude. Excuse me, and I have so many ums. Who am I? It's fine. I just think that she kind of fell into that influencer lifestyle and what an influencer should be, whatever that means. I'll explain it. You don't have to keep all of that makeup. A lot of us were watching your content because we like the makeup that you do. And you could have just kept doing that and you didn't have to hold on to makeup that you didn't want to. I was gonna say I'm in the middle, not even. She just posted her eyeshadow palette declutters and it's 400 plus palettes. And I cringe and look at my vanity and my boxes of makeup that I tell myself I'm gonna get rid of, and then they have been sitting there for 2 years. And I just think of all the money I spent on that. I couldn't imagine having 400 plus eyeshadow palettes. That's a bit much. And maybe, yeah, it is a telling sign to kind of look at your spending habits and what you have. And this isn't to dig at her. I'm just saying in general and kind of going into the topic of like the death of the influencer and how I myself was just getting burnt out with like makeup content because I love makeup. I love putting it on. I can sit here and put my makeup on and talk to the camera and it's not that big of a deal. But also if you watch my older videos when I am doing that, like it's hard for me to talk about product because I mean like how many words can you have for how an eyeshadow performs or what a mascara does or what a blush or like whatever, and you know your hobbies and interests change, so your preferences change and like what you want on your face changes, and sometimes it doesn't and it's just consistent and it's the same. So it's just I don't think, especially now, and I think like ever, but I think during like the pandemic when people were at home and kind of had a little bit more money in their pocket because they weren't going out and doing things because I wasn't readily available to a lot of people. It was easy to spend a lot of money on I mean, I know I did. I spent a lot of money on anime figures, and part of me, like, I love to collect figures. I love to collect anime merchandise. And then I look at what I have and I'm just like, what the hell am I going to do with all these plastic anime girls? Like that could have been a down payment on something. That could have been groceries. Like, and it's not like I'm buying, like I'm buying like high end figures. Like I'm buying like real collector. And that's not to say that I don't like anime and that phase is like over, you know, it's just, I wasn't going out and I didn't have a need to go out, but now that I have this like want and desire, I mean, I've always had this want and desire to like travel the world, get a passport and do all that. And now that I have friends that are going out to other countries and doing that, I just think like, yeah, I could go buy makeup in like South Korea if I really wanted to, but here I am buying a bunch of anime figures and like the price that I pay a month for my anime figures, like that could have been at least a ticket there, you know, and then the next month could have been the ticket back, and then the next month could have been like my budget for food, or I'm sorry, I'm trying to like make sure my cat is not getting in the Christmas tree because I moved something that kind of prevents him from getting in the Christmas tree, and he's realized that now. 2 seconds. Thank you, sir. I just, with the way that life is going and with how everything kind of seems to be headlining really quickly into like end of days, most days I do feel like I am Johnny Silverhand. I don't need to have a relic in my head to have that psychosis, is what I'm trying to say. It's just hard to see how corporations are taking over everything. The world is being stripped of any signs of life, and people don't care about out of touch people making content. Like there's another video going around of like, I don't know who they are. They're these two content creators, you know, who, I don't know, probably do like a podcast. They have a set. Like they're not working at home. They have a set that they're at and that they're sitting in and performing in, and they're talking about how they only made $4,000 for content that took them about an hour to make, and I get paid maybe $24.85 an hour at my full-time job. Like, I don't make a lot of money at all. Like, at all. And I get paid what I get paid because I'm one of the higher positions in what I can be as an undergrad. And I don't know, I just imagine being able to make $4,000 in an hour of like content. I think my biggest thing with work is that I've always done work that I just do it because I have to. Because I have to make money, because I have to eat, I have to put a roof over my head. Am I irresponsible with my money? Yes. Do I need to be bleaching my hair? No. Do I need to be having makeup in the way that no. I dropped from my rogue status to VIB, and I think I'm even losing that at like in the next couple weeks because I need like $200 more to spend at Sephora, and I haven't done any Sephora sales this year. So proud of myself for that. I just, to be so lucky to get paid to make content and you get to talk about whatever it is that you want. Like I would love to have a job where I could sit here and talk about anime or talk about whatever video games or, I mean, I guess this is selfish, but I mean, even to just kind of like crash out online and have like that moment of therapy. Sorry guys, but someone's got to like it. Someone's got to be like, yeah, girl, I'm feeling it because I too am also crashing out at those same levels. But I guess in that sense too, it's like relatable. And so when these people online start making wealth in a way that the average person can't, maybe they do become unrelatable. Like I don't like to watch shopping hauls. I mean, even if it is at TJ Maxx, because like I like shopping with my girlfriends. I like shopping with my boss when we have to go buy like things for like the office and whatever. And it's fun because like, I'm hanging out with my boss or I'm hanging out with my girlfriends and like, we're looking at things and like it's a connection, like it's a social moment. I'm not having that connection when I'm watching somebody else shop, and maybe that's like the loneliness of the modern day, is that people are living vicariously through the lens, and thinking like, wow, like I really know this person because like I get to look through this small window. And in a way, like I like having you guys in my small window, but I'm not at any kind of level of success where like not that I don't filter my content, like obviously, right, I'm not going to put my address on the screen or anything like that. But it's not like people are coming up to me in the mall, and like, oh, hey, Hannah, like, oh my gosh, like that's not happening. I can go to Ontario Mills and no one's going to recognize me. Who's going to recognize me? The people who work in the K-pop store that watch me go in there every single time I'm in that mall, and then they don't have anything new, but I still take the time to walk the entire store to look at it like I've never seen it before. Girl, how many times you got to look at BTS's face? 100. Just the point. But like with Jaclyn Hill, like, girl, I don't care if you're giving me dupes or, more affordable items. When it's the argument of food over product, people are going to choose food. Like, I don't think people realize like how actually hard it is to make ends meet in this time. But I mean, we say that, but maybe it's always been hard to make ends meet in any timeline. Maybe it was better for the boomers, but I think in their own ways they also struggled, and maybe it is incrementally harder now than it was then. Like, I know that to be true, but I don't know. I sit here in my home that I rent, and I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head, but I'm also just I don't know what kind of content I can make, because I don't really want to sell you guys product, but I mean like that does kind of come with this game, right? Like Vince Staples said, like you got to kill capitalism. Who was he gonna marry? Socialism, or fuck socialism, and then he did like fuck, marry, kill, and it was like socialism, capitalism. Not fascism. What's the other ism? I don't know. Like airhead. Sorry. But it just comes with the territory, because like him at full circle, him as an artist, he's talking about like how I gotta sell this kind of like lifestyle to you, and that's kind of like what hip hop is, and you could do it in the way where it's like, get ladies, get money, get diamonds, wear your whatever, or you could do it in a more like wholesome way, but you're still selling an image. So maybe with making online content, you still have to sell an image, because unfortunately ads speak. But I don't want to be a late night like infomercial. individual. I didn't grow up wanting to be the Shazam guy, you know, or like selling like the CD mixtapes, or I don't know, maybe that's what I do. Maybe I just burn my Spotify playlists onto CDs, because it sounds like in January of 2026 we're supposed to be going back to physical media. Maybe I just start selling CDs, start selling my mixtapes. I didn't record the music. I'm just taking songs like I did in middle school and high school and putting them on a CD, and then the iPod came out, and then we just put it on the iPod. I guess I've been rambling for 15 minutes, so I won't keep you guys too long, and then I'll film the actual like Christmas content that I was gonna film. But as I use the internet, and as I'm on the internet, and I kind of see the trends and things that are going around, and kind of people's thoughts and opinions, I just want to make stuff that I like, and I think that's how anyone starts. It's just, it's hard for me to kind of sit on camera and pretend that everything is like okay when I don't always feel that everything is okay. I'm not all that happy with my secretary job. I would like to be someone who, you know, makes money off of aesthetics, and I went to school for that. You know, I had this whole mission plan that I thought was just so perfect, and I somehow fell off that bandwagon, or I know I got derailed, or whatever you want to call it, because you know, life just hits you, and maybe that's the life lesson here, is that, you know, when life hits you, you just gotta get back up. But that's hard. It's hard, especially when you feel that like there's no financial escape, that, you know, you're just kind of stuck running in these circles. And I don't necessarily want to sell out and sell because honestly, I don't know if I could. I can be this secretary. I don't know if I'm even a good secretary. I'm late to work every single day. I'm supposed to be at the office at 7:30, and I wake up every morning at 7:30. I'm lucky I live minutes from my office, because then I just say like, oh, sorry, like I was having car problems, or like, da da da, you know, like no one cares. But it really shows you can't hide how much you care about something. And although I do care about my job in the sense that, you know, like I want to keep it, I don't want to get fired, I need it, and the work that I do for my community, you know, I am proud of. I do like being knowledgeable in that sense, but I mean, I didn't grow up wanting to be a secretary. Am I cosplaying Isabelle from Animal Crossing? 100% yes. And my boss is kind of like Tom Nook. She's not hard on like money like that, but I mean, she's just interesting. I can do another video about her. I just want to find happiness, I think, at the end of the day, is that's just what I want to do. And I don't think that the life I've been living, or how I've been living life, has been fulfilling to me. And I just noticed that a lot of the way that I live life is like a coping mechanism, or, you know, I don't know. I think that this is all like I'm good for kind of thing. And I do really think that you can make your life whatever you want it to be. There's just a price to pay for everything, you know. And I don't know, Griffith sacrificed the band of the hawk to get his. And I don't know if that's something that I need to do in order to get mine, to find a fulfilling career where I can just be like all these, like I'm so jealous of these people online who, you know, just get to talk about video games or cosplay, or, you know, just their hobbies, and like that's how they make their living, and they don't have to clock into some job, and they don't have to argue with someone in emails. And that would just be nice. And, you know, they don't have to double up with someone because they can afford to live on their own. So the people in their lives are not there because of like a financial situation. I mean, that would be the dream, and I think a lot of people kind of feel that same way. And I don't know. That's just where my head is at, and I again don't want to be an influencer, and I'm kind of glad that a lot of people are kind of seeing that influencer lifestyle is, you don't need it. Like, yeah, it's fun when new products come out, I guess, but even now it's just like, girl, like, I say girl when I'm talking to like every single brand under the sun. Again, how many eyeshadow palettes do you actually need? Why don't you just like, a lot of people give the brand Claydos a hard time for not releasing a lot more frequently. But do you have to? Because if you have products that are good, who cares? I don't know. People will come. People want a duochrome highlighter. They know they could go to that brand and get the duochrome highlighter. And maybe you don't have to indulge and buy all of them at once. Maybe buy one and use that and see how you like it. And then if you want to use another color, you can go buy the second one. Instead of buying all 8 at once and then you never use any of them. Just an idea. I guess that's my rambling. I said, it's been about 5 minutes later. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. You're gonna laugh at my next video, I'm sure, because I'm totally switching the script. But I'm doing a Christmas, it's like a Christmas checklist or like bucket list. I'm in a group chat with I call it my international homies. These are just people I've found on the internet that I communicate with, and I love them to pieces. They've been probably the best part of 2025. And for those from my group chat watching, they're probably laughing because it's not like we have too like intimate of conversations. A lot of the time we are just talking about hobbies and activities with some little bits and pieces of life here and there. But I mean, my dream would be to, like, I would love to meet all of my international homies in real life. I would love to do that. I think that would be really fun. I really genuinely have been having so much fun being in this group chat with these people. Shout out Ryan Gosling, because he's kind of the one that brought us all together. Isn't that kind of funny? That Barbie movie really is a marker in my timeline. But I made like a Christmas bucket list, and one of them is to read your favorite your favorite Christmas story. So in my next video, that's what I'm going to be doing, so then I can share that link in the chat. So it's mostly for them, so shout out the international homies, but also, I don't know, maybe people don't know the story that I'm going to read, and so to share that with people, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to be like a Mr. Rogers on the internet and really just bring it back, because what the hell? I don't know. I guess I'm just back at stage 1 where I'm just going to be trying a bunch of different things on camera, and then whatever I like, I'll continue to do, and whatever I don't like, there'll just be that one camera. But thank you for joining me. I'm still alive. I still very much think about making content. I'm still working on some of my art stuff, my website stuff. I don't know. I guess it just takes discipline to love yourself and to invest in yourself. And I've maybe lived a life where I never really had people in my pocket that were motivators or like believed in me, like supporters in that way. And I guess you could live your whole life just like, oh well, there's no one to support me, but I can start supporting myself in that way, you know. I think I have to at this point, because the way that I'm living life currently, I'm not happy. So if you're in that same boat, please let me know in the comments down below, or share your advice. Like, don't, or have it be open therapy. I don't know. I love to chat with everybody. I want to know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are. I usually get some really good ones, especially from my friends who do make makeup content, you know, and maybe you do want to be Look, I'm not trying to dig on anyone who's trying to be an influencer. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. Just don't be a corpo asshat, I guess. Like, let me be the Johnny Silverhand in your head that's telling you down with Arasaka. I don't know. But before this video was like 45 minutes long. I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know when I'll film next, but this feels good. I don't know. This feels good. I don't know. I'm feeling very emotional. Bye, guys.